Berk Mitsubishi, my name is Nathan, and today we're doing a walk around video on this 2018 MY19 Kia Stinger GT in this beautiful silky silver color. Now what we'll do is run through the condition of the car as well as all the features that does come in this particular model. Now as you can see, the Kia Stinger is quite a unique vehicle, not really anything else like it on the market at the moment. I think Kia really did well with this vehicle in terms of design and performance, and also just how the car actually looks. So if you start off on the front end, very new modern look on the car. So in the front you do have that tiger nose front grille, which is a current design in Kia's manufacturing kind of chain. You also get this nice flat plate there. Now that is for the sensors in the vehicle, so that will have your auto braking systems and your other different kind of sensors behind that. You've also got your front camera just inside that little sensor system. That is all part of the 360 camera system, which we will touch on as we go around the vehicle. Now front parking sensors, you do actually get 6, which are color matched to the vehicle along the front of the car. That's going to help maneuver a vehicle like this, make it a lot easier for you to park and handle. Now if you look in the headlights, very unique headlight design again with this vehicle. You've got 2 projector globes, your daytime running lamps through there, and if you notice down the bottom there are actually 9 individual crystals for your taillights, for your indicator lamps in this vehicle. Again, all attention to detail when it comes to the design of this Kia Stinger. You've also got little bonnet vents there. They're not actually practical, but they do add quite a nice characteristic to the vehicle. If you notice just on the side there are these vents which are there to keep the brakes nice and cool. Being that it is generally a touring vehicle, you're going to be driving a lot, you're going to be braking a lot, and doing a lot of handling, so you're going to want to make sure your brakes are staying nice and cool. So front end condition is pretty good actually. I can't really see any stone chips or damage, which we have touch up, which is a good sign. Shows that the previous owner is quite careful with the vehicle. So come across the side, take a look at this multi-spoke design. Again, very unique styling, polished aluminium on the outside, gunmetal grey on the inside. Very unique design. You've also got those big red Brembo brakes. Again, like I said, being such a powerful and heavy vehicle, it's good to have that stopping power to make sure you're able to stop when you actually need to. Big brake rotors, and like I said, all that airflow is going to come right through there, through to the braking system, and right out the back these vents here to allow for a really nice aerodynamic design in the vehicle. The Continental tires also fitted on the vehicle, which are your premium grade tires for this vehicle, and the factory ones as well. You've got this nice kind of chromey finish on the side mirrors. Makes it stand out a little bit. It is pretty similar to the other chrome accents on the vehicle itself. Car does have slightly tinted windows, which is a good benefit. Always recommend tinting your windows. It has a lot of benefits. 99% heat reductions, UV protection, 60% heat reduction. Also, we all know all the safety features when it comes to tint. Now, the door handles are color matched to the vehicle, and in the side mirror you will also notice that there is an indicator lamp in there, which is going to make it more visible for the other drivers on the road when you actually indicate. Now when you lock the vehicle, the side mirrors will actually fold in like so, and when you unlock it, they will also fold out. So there is a little button on the handle, or you can use the remotes here as well. Opening it up, and if you have a look inside the vehicle itself, being the GT model, it does come with the full leather interior, so you've got leather seats, excellent condition on these seats as well. You can see bolsters are still quite firm, no real damage on them, no marks, no stains. Nothing really noticeable, goes to show that there is really noticeable wear and tear. Maybe a little bit just on the edging of that bolster, but it is pretty consistent with most used vehicles. Electric seat controls on the side of the car. I will take that leaf out for you. Carpet mats already fitted in the vehicle, which are genuine Stinger carpet mats. And if you have a look at the door card as well, excellent condition on the door card, no damage from being kicked open, and it has been looked after really well. Closing this up, car does come with a sunroof on the top, which we will touch on in a minute, but having a look in the back seats as well. Plenty of space in the back seat of this vehicle, lots of room for all 3 passengers in the back, and obviously you got your car seat mounting points if you do need it. Door cards are very clean. If you have a look at that second alloy wheel now, excellent condition on that alloy wheel. Doesn't seem to have any noticeable marks of damage. Maybe a very tiny little mark if I'm being super picky, but it's better, probably even rub off. I think it's just a bit of dirt. And you've got, again, nice red Brembo brakes at the back, and vents that do come out the side here, just to add a bit of character. Nothing really functional. Reverse parking sensors along the tailgate of the vehicle, probably the nicest part of the car as well. GT badging and Stinger badging on the side. Beautiful brake lamp right across the actual spoiler of the boot, gives it a bit of character, makes it look quite unique, but also it's going to improve the indication when you are braking. You got dual tip exhaust, so quad tip exhaust all the way through the car. Going to provide great amount of power and airflow through the car as well, just to make sure you're getting that power and speed and spool on the 2 turbos. Kia badging at the back, and if you open this up, it does come with an auto tailgate or auto boot. It's going to open up all the way. Lots of space, and one thing that's pretty noticeable as well, the actual access to the boot is quite wide. So if you're transporting something, you can actually get it in quite easily, whereas most cars might have a lot of boot space but very narrow entrance, which means you can't really put anything big in there. You do have your tools on the top there, and also your spare wheel, which is a space saver spare wheel located underneath that, which is pretty common amongst Kia's range. And also your car seat tether points for any baby seats that you might put on the back of the car. The little button on the boot is going to actually close it. There is a little safety feature in here which is going to prevent it from actually closing on anyone or any fingers, which is a nice little feature to have, especially around kids. Closing it up, rear diffuser down the bottom as well, makes it look quite sporty, gives it a bit of character to the car, but these are all factory modifications. So coming across to the side, fuel cap is on the passenger side of the car, which is the safe side. So if you have to pull over in case of an emergency, you're going to be safe from any oncoming traffic. And if you have a look at that third alloy wheel, generally this side gets the most damage as it is a curb side, but you can see that rim is actually completely unmarked, no damage on there whatsoever, excellent condition there. These are all good signs, goes to show previous owners actually quite meticulous and careful when he drove the vehicle. Paintwork just all around the car is amazing. And another thing actually I didn't point out previously is, if you notice just under the side mirrors there is a little bulge there. That is actually part of that camera system. So underneath there are cameras on either side mirror, and that's going to be part of that 360 system. And the fourth and final rim actually just has a little bit of damage there, but considering that is generally the one with the most damage, that is very minimal, and it is a beautiful car. So we've got a silky silver Kia Stinger, excellent condition on the car, paintwork is immaculate, a little bit of damage on that last rim, but other than that, beautiful car. So what we'll do is pop the hood and have a look inside. Inside the engine bay of the Kia Stinger. Now what we have here is Kia's 6-cylinder 3.3 litre turbo petrol motor. The car actually comes fitted with an 8-speed automatic gearbox. Extra gears means extra boost, more power, better economy and fuel efficiency, and also a smoother drive. If you notice on the vehicle as well, there are these strut braces which are going to provide a bit of stability to the front of the vehicle, especially when you're cornering and turning. It's going to give a great amount of control. Now this car does have a 5-star ANCAP rating with 7 airbags, which is plenty of safety for all the passengers in the vehicle. Now this motor actually produces 272 kilowatts with 510 meters of torque. So again, lots of torque and power out of that twin turbo V6 motor. And this car is a 60 litre capacity tank. Now car sales does recommend using 91 fuel, however, being a turbo car would always recommend using 95 or 98. You will see a combined fuel consumption of about 10.2 litres per 100, or an average fuel distance of about 588 kilometers off a full tank. But that is all dependent on how you're driving and the kind of modifications you might do to this vehicle. Having a look inside the Stinger GT now, as you can see, it is a very unique design. If you will actually notice, it kind of looks like a cockpit in an airplane. So you've got your 3 little vents here. This is your gear shifter, which again, very similar to how they, the kind of gears they use in your airplanes. But we will touch on exactly what's in the vehicle. So starting off on the driver's side door, do get full electric power windows for your drivers and passengers. Your back windows are just your standard electrical windows. Above that is your central locking or window and your window lock control as well. Above that is your side mirror toggles. There is a little button to actually fold them in if you wanted to, or you can just leave it in auto and it's going to fold out when you actually lock the car itself. On the right hand side near the door handle up top, is your 2-seat preset. So if you have 2 different people driving the vehicle, you can actually set it to one of those settings and just tap the button and the seat will actually move to its position. You will notice there is also that upgraded Harman and Kardon sound system in the vehicle. So you've got about 18 speakers in here. There is a subwoofer under the actual seat, but amazing quality sound as well, being that premium grade speaker system. Your hood release is located down the bottom, and your fuse also is located just down there. Your fuel release cap is located just up here. There's a few buttons here. So fuel release up top, your boot release down here, which you will open and close the boot. Your blind spot warning system, which is a little indicators in your side mirrors. Now your side mirrors actually have auto demisters on there as well, so it will demist the side mirrors in the morning. There is your lane keeping system and also your brightness or illumination for your cluster, so you can adjust that using this little control here. Coming over to the steering column, taking a look at the right hand stalk is your left and right indicator with your headlight controls. Now they do run an automatic headlight system, so just put it in auto and the car is going to sense when it needs to turn them on. On the left hand side is your wipers and washers, and again they are an automatic rain sensing system. Just leave it in the auto function and the car is going to decide when it needs to turn it on. Now the steering column is adjustable. It is simply on a little toggle here, so it is an electrical system. You can adjust it almost how you want to, full 360 kind of design, so you can kind of adjust it how you would like to based on your preference. Taking a look at the steering wheel now, you've got a very nice leather stitched steering wheel, amazing condition on the wheel. You can see really no damage there, no marks that are noticeable, no little etching or finger etches or marks. On the right hand side is your cruise control settings with your adaptive cruise control and a little button to actually flick through the display in your dash. Now that's going to provide you with your bearing, your trip distance, and also settings for the actual driver. And you've also got a gauge display, so you can show your oil temperature, torque, and boost. But if you go to your settings, you can adjust your heads-up display. So there is actually a heads-up display just above here, which is going to display the speed limit on right in front of you. You can change the color of the speed, white, green, etc. So heads-up display, driver assistance, which is like your driver warning system, driver attention warning system, your lane safety, forward collision, all your warning systems can all be tweaked and adjusted through this little menu in your dash. You've also got interior lighting and ambient lighting in the car, which you can control, and sound and everything, so you're not playing around with everything too much. It's actually located right in front of you. On the left hand side is your media controls for your head unit with your call and reject and mute, and also behind that are some paddle shifts for the sports shifts, but we will come to that in a minute. Just on the left side of the steering wheel is the most important button in the vehicle, your engine stop start. And if you come over to the entertainment system now, you've got this really nice touchscreen head unit, very responsive system, very easy to use. It does have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which is a great feature to have in your current vehicles as it will display your maps and everything. However, this car does come with inbuilt navigation, so if I go back to home, tap on that, you can see we're at 20 to 32 Kangan Drive in Berwick. If I go back to home and your all menu, that'll give your Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, your media connection, which is your Bluetooth Connect, AM, FM radio, and also your climate control, which you can do through the head unit or with the hard buttons below. So below that, 3 vents as I pointed out before, a nice vinyl dash, and also your hard buttons for your entertainment system, so I can just press Navi or Maps if I wanted to open it up. There is an SD card slot in here, but you will notice there is already an SD card in there that is actually for your map system, so you don't want to take that out and replace it with another SD card unless you don't plan on using the maps. Volume and your seek options, and then down below that is your climate control with dual zone, so driver and passenger have their own settings. And you've got this nice little storage compartment below that as well, which tucks away quite nicely. So there's a 12-volt socket in there, an auxiliary and a USB for additional charging. However, being the Stinger, it does actually come with an NFC charging pad. So if I get out my phone and actually put it on this little pad here, you will notice that just lit up and it's charging my phone. So I can just leave it there and the phone's actually going to charge using a wireless charging system. Now that is assuming your car does have that NFC charging capabilities. You've got 2 cup holders, and now to the gear shifter. If I put my foot on this and put it down into drive, that's going to obviously put it into your standard drive mode. You can use your paddle shifts to actually control the gears yourself, and you flick it down, it'll put it back into your automatic drive system. Flicking it all the way to the top is going to put it into reverse. That'll actually dip the side mirrors and also pull up the camera system. So 360 camera system on the right, which is actually quite accurate and very well detailed. And the left hand side is going to pull up your reverse camera. Now you can single it out if you just want the reverse, if you're on the left side and the reverse, if you're parking near a curb, right side and reverse, or the 360 system with your reverse camera system. So very easy system to use. To put it back into park, you simply press park there. So to actually change the gears, you need to press this button on the side and then flick it down based on to what kind of setting you want it on. You have an electric park brake in the vehicle, so up to turn it on, down to turn it off. You do have your stability control and your auto hold function, and also your driver mode. So if I flick that, it's actually going to show up there. Now it's currently in sport. You can put it into comfort, eco, and smart, which is going to adapt to your driving. Eco is obviously going to save you a little bit of fuel. Your comfort is a more comfortable, stable drive, so comfortable suspension, etc. And then your sport is going to be full throttle kind of response, and also better boosting in your car. And you've got the custom setup if you can want to tweak it to the kind of settings that you want. Behind that is your parking sonar, so you can turn them off, your sensors if they do get a bit annoying. Your 360 view camera, so if I press that, that'll actually turn it off and won't engage the 360 system, or you can leave it on. And you've also got your heating and cooling seats. So if you look at the passenger side, if I flick it up, that's going to put on the heating, and every time you flick it, will drop down the temperature. And if I flick it down, that's going to engage cooling. You can go straight into heating or cooling just by flicking the lever. And you can turn it off like so. Now, I will point out that there is a little bit of etching in the actual vinyl on the fascia of the center console. So a few little markings here, but not really too much to be concerned about. Still pretty good condition on there, but just so you are aware. And you got this nice leather stitch armrest. If I lift that up and you look inside, there is a small little storage, a shelf, which will just go up the top here. And also you got the deeper compartment below that if you did want to add anything, store anything extra underneath. So closing this up, behind that are 2 vents with a little temperature setting, and you've also got 2 12-volt sockets with a 12-volt socket with the USB input for the passengers in the back seat. I'll get the camera person to pan up and show you the car. So up the top here, you do have this really nice suede roof lining. I think it's a great detail to the vehicle. Automatic sunroof, little sunglass holder. We'll need it for a day like today. So flicking it once is going to open the shade and also open the actual roof, but I'm going to actually close that up because it's a little bit hot today. So you can kind of set it to just close the sunroof. If I just do that, it's going to hold the shade. If you flick it all the way to here, feel 2 clicks, that's going to be your full auto system. Now I'll get the camera person just pan around the back seats to show you the condition. Again, all the leather is very clean on the inside, amazing condition, no real leather marks or damage from car seats, no weird markings or stains on the back. Door cards are also very, very clean. It's actually just a very well maintained vehicle. So what we'll do now, once the cameraman is done panning around, is we will jump outside and actually wrap up the video. Thank you so much for watching the walk around video on this 2018 MY19 Kia Stinger GT. Now if you do have any additional questions in regards to the vehicle, the number to dial is 99070555. But just before I go, this car actually qualifies for our premium mechanical protection plan. Now what that will offer you is 5 years additional protection on 181 electrical and mechanical components of the vehicle, and it will also come with the added benefit of 10 years platinum roadside assistance nationwide. So if you plan on keeping your cars for a while, there's great value in this, so make sure you ask us about this. Another thing I would highly recommend you actually ask us about is our Hydro Pack. What that is actually going to provide you with is a lifetime warranty on this beautiful silky silver paintwork. It's going to give you a lifetime warranty on the interior protection of the leather, but most importantly, it's actually going to protect the vehicle from all those harsh environmental factors that can actually damage your paint. Bird droppings, back droppings, oxidization, fading, rusting, sun damage, all those nasty things that can really stop a beautiful car like this looking so good. Now, these 2 things are an additional cost. However, if you're using our in-house finance, we'd love to introduce you to our business managers, Julie and Mario, who show just how minimal these will affect your repayments. Now lastly, but most importantly, make sure you jump on Google, search up Berwick Mitsubishi, and actually see what people have to say about us. With over 1,100 reviews and sitting at 4.8 stars, gives you the assurance as a buyer that you're dealing with the right people and the right kind of business for a good quality vehicle. Now, like I said before, if you did have any additional questions, the number to dial is 99070555. My name is Nathan. Thank you so much for watching.